greatest number of minutes. Minutes for which the point A could be higher than 42. First thing that's here is 60 minutes. Now, remember we said it takes 6 minutes for the whole thing to repeat. So, straight away, I'm going to teach myself, you can go around 8 times, 48, and then you'd still have 2 minutes. So, okay, so maybe if I go back to the diagram, actually, this one will help. So, it's asking us for the greatest amount of time in 42. Now, looking at our pattern, again, we have 12 was the lowest, is not what we said, which makes sense because see the way 12 is as low as it gets. 102 we said was the highest that it gets. And then we have all these ones in between. So at 0 it's 12, at 1 it's 42, at 2 it's 102, and we keep going in that pattern and that around again. So it's every 6 minutes. So let's just see how the wheel is divided here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so every 2 segments of a minute. I think I'll do that just to help us understand it. So that's 1 minute. Change the color, so that's the next minute. Remember, it's 6 minutes for a rotation. So that's 3 minutes gone, and then of course we just repeat that on the other side. So that's another minute. This is another minute. One more. Orange maybe. Okay. So there's our 6 minutes mapped out. Now it goes from 0 to 42. So 42, I guess, in my head is there. You know what I mean? Because it's 12, 42. Like if you look at the pattern here, 12, 42, 102, 132, 102, 132. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Because again, I'm just showing you the connections. Like, we're told the diameter is 120, so that's the diameter, isn't it? And then it's 12 from the ground, so 120 plus 12 would be 132. So it all makes sense. And again, this is 102, back around 42, and then back to 0. Now, I suppose the only thing here is it does. I mean, I know A is in that position, but it doesn't say A has to start at the bottom. So I suppose in practical terms, like if you've ever been on a Ferris wheel, yes, of course, you have to get in at some stage, but while they're loading the other passengers, the ride hasn't started. So, for example, you can start the ride from there, or the ride might start if you're there, or the ride might start if you're there. Do you know what I mean? So, not everyone on the Ferris wheel is on the ground when the ride starts. In fact, the only ones that are on the ground, well, not even the ground, but the So the question really is 8 times. Now, I can tell straight, so let's just do the 8 times first. So the pink section is below 42. Every other minute there, 1, 3, 4. So there's 4 minutes there. 6 minutes where it is above the ground, so 42. So the yellow, the green, the purple, and the dark green. 4 minutes where it's above the ground. Above 42, sorry. So let's reread the question to make sure we're getting this right. So in a 50-minute period, what is the greatest number of minutes? Point A could be higher than 42. Right, so I hope everybody's okay with me saying, okay, if I go around 8 times, each turn there's 4 minutes where it's above the ground. So straight away, 32 minutes above 42, that line 42. Now, depending on where you start, for the extra 2 minutes, so remember you're on it for 50, we've only covered, the 8 rotations, 8 by 6 is 48, so we still have 2 minutes spare. So out of 50 minutes, we've covered 48 minutes, but we have 2 minutes remaining. So the 48 minutes have been accounted for, 8 rotations of 6. I That's right, isn't it? 18, 24, 34, 48, yeah. Now, for the extra 2 minutes, let's say you started where A is. Well, then in that 2 minutes, you'd have 1 minute wasted not above 42, so you'd only have 1 minute above 42. So that would make 33. But that's not really the question. The question doesn't say where we have to start. It says what is the greatest. So for the sake of that, I'm going to suggest that we start the ride from here. If I start the ride from there, in the remaining 2 minutes, 1, 2, I am also above 42. So I can add on 2 more minutes where I'm above the ground. So 34 is the correct answer, because it doesn't say you have to begin at the bottom. If you had to begin where A is at the moment in the diagram, then yeah, it would be 33, because in the remaining 2 minutes, you'd only have 1 minute where you're above 42. But if you're sitting in the position of A where I've marked it, then do you understand that the extra 2 minutes are above 42? So the greatest number of minutes is 34 minutes. Now, if you started from where, say, between the yellow and the green, the next 2 minutes will be the green and the purple. That would still be 34. So now, if you started over here, again, you would have no minutes, because the orange and the pink in the remaining 2 minutes would be under 42. So you could say 32 is one option, 33 and 34, but 34 is the greatest.